This morning, a New York State trooper was conducting a routine traffic stop on I-88 in Duanesburg. During the traffic stop, an occupant of the vehicle opened fire and hit the trooper, apparently in the arm. The trooper, who I'm told has more than 20 years on the job, was rushed to the hospital, and according to state police, he's in stable condition. The shooting suspect took off from the area, and after a roughly 2-hour search, during which Duanesburg residents were told to be on the lookout and cautious, police found him in a wooded section of Duanesburg. He'd apparently shot himself, and our cameras were rolling as he was moved from an ambulance to a LifeNet helicopter while under what appeared to be artificial life support measures. He was loaded into the helicopter off Chadwick Road, that's near Schaefer Park in the town of Duanesburg, not far from the elementary school, and taken to Albany Medical Center Hospital. Police tell us the other person inside the car on that traffic stop is also in custody this afternoon. Dan Levy was one of the first people at the scene after the shooting. He joins me now here from Princetown with insights and observations from what you saw today. Dan.
Well, Mark, good evening to you. You know, we were one of the first news crews here inside this search zone. We got here just before noontime, and we heard sirens constantly blaring from all directions and speeding trooper cars going past us. And there were exit ramps and entrance ramps to I-88 that were blocked off. Traffic couldn't get on, and while that was all going on, there was a search, a massive manhunt going on both sides of the roadway. Everything, as you mentioned, began to unfold around 11:15 this morning. That's when a veteran state trooper with more than 20 years experience was conducting what began as a simple routine traffic stop. However, routine quickly turned into dangerous and problematic as gunfire rang out from inside that stopped vehicle, with one of the bullets striking the trooper. He was transported to Ellis Hospital in Schenectady, and as Mark already told you, he is listed in stable condition tonight. Sources have told me that there were at least 2 occupants of that stopped vehicle. One of them fired at the trooper. Which one fired at the trooper? It's not clear if it was the driver or a passenger. However, after the officer needs assistance call went out, police from numerous areas raced to this scene, and the manhunt got underway, and in less than a couple of hours, both suspects were in custody, and one of them was flown to Albany Medical Center with a gunshot wound, and as Mark reported, we believe that gunshot wound was self-inflicted, and things were back to normal by about 1 o'clock, and we're expecting to hear from the Deputy State Police Superintendent, Richard Allen, right here at this podium in less than a half hour.
Right around 4:30, they've told us they'll come out and tell us what they know so far. Dan Levy, thank you very much. Now, this all happened. It happened to happen near one of our directors here at NewsChannel 13, his home. Now, he lives on Quaker Street in Duanesburg, maybe Delanson or Duanesburg, but he captured this video on the street. Police, shortly after the incident, checking each car that drove away from the scene as that manhunt was underway. As we told you, the suspect in the shooting was taken into custody after a manhunt. He was just taken by helicopter to the hospital. Stella Porter is live in Duanesburg, where the LifeNet helicopter took off. Stella, where exactly are you?
Mark, good afternoon. I'm in Schaefer Park. That is just off of Chadwick Road in the town of Duanesburg. You can see the elementary school in Duanesburg from where I'm standing right now. This is about a 10-minute drive west along I-88 from where that trooper was shot late this morning. We're told there was then a manhunt for the suspect. That suspect, sources telling Mark Mulholland that the suspect shot himself, was taken into custody, and that leads us here to where a LifeNet helicopter landed in this field right here to give that person some medical attention. The LifeNet helicopter landed just before 2 o'clock, and the suspect was inside a Duanesburg ambulance for quite some time, around 30 minutes, before our crew watched medical personnel load the suspect into the helicopter. In our video, you can see around 10 people crowding around that stretcher as that person is taken away. The LifeNet took off around 2 o'clock and appeared to be heading east. Many questions remain this afternoon after this helicopter took the suspect to the hospital. We still don't know whether that suspect survived that shooting. or what medical attention he may have needed. We don't know that person's condition, who the suspect is, or why they allegedly shot a trooper late this morning after being pulled over. Once again, we are at Schaefer Park in the town of Duanesburg. This is where a LifeNet helicopter took off about an hour ago, taking a suspect to get medical attention. Again, not clear what condition that suspect who allegedly shot the trooper late this morning is in. We will continue to follow the latest details and bring you them as we get them. For now, live in Duanesburg, Stella Porter, News Channel 13. I'll send it back to you guys.
Stella Porter, thank you. We are live back in Princetown, and we can presume that LifeNet helicopter was headed to Albany Medical Center Hospital because they're the area's only level 1 trauma center, and I believe they have a helipad there as well. So it's likely that LifeNet helicopter went to Albany Med, but we'll find out much more about all of this at 4:30 this afternoon when the Deputy Superintendent of the New York State Police, Richard Allen, comes out to brief us here. We expect that again at 4:30 this afternoon. Meantime, my colleague Taniqua Penix is standing by at Ellis Hospital where the trooper was taken after the shooting today. We'll also check back in with Stella Porter. So we have much more to come this hour and this evening. Stay with us on air and online for the latest details on this breaking story. But for now, I'll send it back to Rachel in the studio. Rachel?
Mark, thank you so much. A very fluid situation. Let's head over to the forecast. We saw the rain coming down and all of that video you just saw, plus behind Mark. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Paul Cayano. Paul, are we going to see the rain as we head into this evening?
Yeah, at least off and on showers, Rachel. We've had a bunch of steady rain for a time this afternoon. Everything got a little bit wet, but not a ton of heavy rain. It hasn't really added up that much, even though it's gray and over